Hey Rockstar, Steve aka Void here. I want to welcome you to the first episode of RIFFSTARTER. So happy to have you here. All of the techniques that are used inside this show are based on my best-selling book, Practice Less, Play More. You can check it out at playmoresongs.com. And I'm really excited about today's episode because we're going to be talking about Layla by Derek and the Dominos. So this was requested yesterday. And I want to talk about this this song because this is one of my favorite riffs. I mean, I remember listening to it. The first time I heard it, I was inside the car with my dad, and we were listening to it on a cassette that he had, and it played, and I had to listen to it again and again and again. I must have listened to it 100 times that day because that riff is just so cool. So I wanted to cover that today, and the whole concept of the show is where I help you to basically play your favorite riffs from day one. So I want to show you how to play this riff, but more so in a strategic way. Whereas what a lot of guitar players will do is they will play the riff, they'll try to play it like exactly what is shown on the tab, and that's what I call face value. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it's more that if you want to get fast results, then very often you want to take a strategic approach. So let me just dive right in and show you basically what we have, and let me know if you can see and hear this clearly. I'm just still getting some technical stuff out of the way, but you should be able to hear this. Let me know in the comments if you can see and hear it. Basically, what a lot of people will do is they'll try to play everything note by note. So they're gonna go like learn each note that is inside the tab. And again, there's nothing wrong with that, but it tends to be very slow. So what we're going to do instead is basically we're going to take the first part that requires this kind of thing, which is supposed to be like pick, hammer, pull off, and then there's a pick here. Very often guitar players will get stuck on this note right here because this note right here will slow things down. And then it won't be da 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 da, it'll be more like this. And there'll be like a little hiccup, a little speed bump in there. And a lot of riffs have this kind of thing. So what you want to do on this part here, I'm not going to walk you through step by step by step by step. You can go to a tab, or there's a lot of different tutorials. I'm more about strategy and helping you to play the song from day one, play the riff from day one. What we're going to do instead, this part here, what you can do is you can actually hammer that note here. You can go pick, hammer, pull off, and then hammer, no pick, just hammer that note and play this note, pick this note here. So what you'll do is pick, hammer, pull off, hammer, pick. And if you watch my picking hand, it's actually going to be, it actually has like less activity, right? So I have like pick, 3 picks. Whereas if you did it the way that was shown on the tab, you'd have 2 quick picks in a row, which again, you're gonna get to that eventually, but those 2 picks at the end, usually I find trip people up. That's the speed bump. Okay, so this, doing that hammer on there instead of a pick is gonna allow for you to play this faster. Where you have da 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 da, all notes in a row. Okay, so that's the first thing. The second thing is the bends. Bends usually, the guitar players will try those bends, and they'll go. So it'll be, and it won't quite make it. It's like it's a little too flat. So what you do instead on that is we turn the bends, we turn them temporarily into slides. Okay, we're gonna come back to the bends, but we turn them into slides. So the bend is a full bend, which is supposed to be actually 2 frets. So what you do is you slide 2 frets. You can even mark the melody first without slides. You can actually even just turn the bends into just melody. Just to play it at first, you can go. But then what you do is you could slide to it to add a little more style to it. Okay, so instead of that bend, and then the next one will work the same way. So instead of trying to bend up, which a lot of guitar players, when they're first playing this riff, they won't bend. They won't get to the note that they need to get to. So what you do is you take those bends, and then first you just mark the melody. You get used to that, play the music, play it steady with the record, okay? And then you could add the slides. And then once that feels comfortable, let's just say that's like one practice session, or maybe that's 10 minutes, depending on your level. Then you could add in, you can go, okay? You can basically add those bends in after you could already play the music, okay? A lot of guitar players, they'll play the riff, so they'll go, then maybe they'll have that first speed bump in there too. And they'll go like, and they'll get stuck on those parts, and that's not musical. So I'd rather, and I hope you'd rather have this too, that you basically are playing music first, or even the melody, and play that in time and get used to playing that in musical time along with the record, and then work your way up to bending. So it's almost like it transforms, like you upgrade it two times, and over the course of 2 or 3 days you'll have this riff basically down. But if you're always trying to do the face value version, then it's gonna just sound like this. And that's just not good. So you don't want it to ever sound like that. You never want to sound like that. You want to basically always have steady pulse, okay? So one of the core principles here, and one of the core principles in my book, is instead of matching your current skill level to the level of the record, what you want to do first is you want to match the level of the record to your current skill level. That's how you play from day one. All right, so that is basically Layla in a nutshell, is you want to strategically approach it to where you remove all of those speed bumps where we have that hammer on in that part where usually there's 2 quick picks, and then also take the bends, turn them into the melodic notes, so just the picked notes, and then you could turn those into slides, and then you could turn them into bends, but they happen in phases. And what's very, very interesting, even though there's more phases, more upgrades, you'll get to the finish line a lot faster. A lot of my students will see this, that they'll get to the finish line a lot faster doing more steps rather than staying stuck on that same step and on that same face value version and just practice. All right, so if you like that, check out my book, Practice Less, Play More. You can check it out at playmoresongs.com. And if you have any requests for riffs, then please drop a comment below. Let me know what you think of the show, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.